The evidence that shocked the basketball world came crashing down like a thunderbolt nobody saw coming. LeBron James, the man who has controlled his destiny for 2 decades, suddenly finds himself caught in the crossfire of a coaching revolution that could end everything he's built with the Los Angeles Lakers. When front office tensions reach a boiling point and legendary figures start making power moves, even the king of basketball can find his throne under siege. But what could drive the Lakers organization to such drastic measures that they would risk alienating their superstar? What kind of behind-the-scenes chaos leads to coaching changes that could reshape the entire NBA landscape? The shock waves from this potential move threaten to destroy championship dreams and create basketball history in ways nobody anticipated. J.J. Redick currently serves as the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, having been hired in June 2024 to replace Darvin Ham following the team's disappointing playoff exit. Redick's appointment marked a significant shift for the Lakers organization as they chose a first-time NBA head coach with extensive broadcasting experience over more traditional coaching candidates. His relationship with LeBron James has been closely watched since his hiring. Given their previous interactions during Redick's media career and the unique dynamics of coaching a player of LeBron's stature and influence, the pressure of managing not just LeBron, but also Anthony Davis and the Lakers' championship expectations has created a situation where every decision becomes magnified and analyzed by media and fans worldwide. Larry Bird, contrary to any recent speculation, is not actively coaching in the NBA and has not been linked to any current coaching positions. The Basketball Hall of Famer last coached the Indiana Pacers from 1997 to 2000, achieving remarkable success with a 147-67 record and leading the team to the NBA Finals in 2000. Since then, Bird has worked primarily in front office roles, most recently serving as president of basketball operations for the Pacers until 2017. His legendary status as both a player and the brief but successful coaching stint has made him a figure that generates intense speculation whenever coaching changes occur. Though he has shown little interest in returning to the sidelines, questions arise about what factors might influence veteran basketball figures to consider returns to coaching and whether the unique pressures of coaching superstars like LeBron create situations that require experienced leadership. LeBron James' relationship with coaching staff throughout his career has been a defining factor in his team's success and organizational stability. From his early days with the Cleveland Cavaliers under Mike Brown to his championship runs with Eric Spoelstra in Miami and Tyronn Lue's leadership during Cleveland's historic 2016 championship, LeBron's ability to work effectively with coaches has often determined his team's ultimate success. His basketball IQ and court vision have sometimes created situations where he functions as an on-court coach, making real-time adjustments and directing teammates in ways that can either complement or complicate formal coaching relationships. The unique challenge of coaching LeBron involves balancing respect for his experience and basketball knowledge while maintaining the authority and structure necessary for team success.
So someone in the hallway was just saying that this is your sit-down, this is your first interview since you joined the Lakers, and I have to be honest, it caught my ear.
The Los Angeles Lakers organization has faced significant pressure since LeBron's arrival in 2018 to build championship contending teams around his aging but still elite skill set. This pressure has resulted in frequent coaching changes, front office turnover, and roster modifications that reflect the urgency of maximizing LeBron's remaining prime years. The team's championship success in 2020 demonstrated the potential of the LeBron-Lakers partnership, but subsequent playoff disappointments have created questions about organizational direction and coaching effectiveness. Sports analysts wonder whether the constant pressure to win immediately might create unrealistic expectations for coaches who must balance long-term team development with short-term championship goals. The financial implications of coaching. Changes in the NBA extend beyond salary considerations to include the impact on team chemistry, player development, and organizational culture. When teams make coaching changes, particularly mid-season or during critical periods, the disruption can affect player performance, team coordination, and overall competitive effectiveness. The Lakers' investment in LeBron James includes not just his salary, but also the expectation that the organization will provide the coaching and supporting structure necessary for championship success. These expectations create additional pressure on coaching staff and front office personnel who must navigate the complex dynamics of managing superstar players while building sustainable team success.
This doesn't have to be fast. We want to get the ball over, we want to look for throw-aheads, but execution comes down to actually executing the detail.
The coaching requirements for managing veteran superstars differ significantly from those needed for developing younger players or building long-term organizational culture. LeBron's experience and success create a situation where coaches must earn his respect through basketball knowledge, strategic innovation, and leadership abilities that complement rather than compete with his on-court influence. The most successful coaches in LeBron's career have been those who found ways to maximize his strengths while providing structure and accountability that enhanced rather than restricted his natural leadership abilities. One has to wonder if the pressure of coaching at this level might influence decisions about who is willing and able to take on such demanding roles. The broader NBA coaching landscape has evolved significantly in recent years, with teams increasingly valuing coaches who can adapt to player empowerment, modern analytics, and the unique challenges of managing high-profile rosters. The success of coaches like Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors and Eric Spoelstra's continued excellence with the Miami Heat demonstrates the importance of finding coaches who can balance innovation with proven leadership abilities. Former players who transition to coaching often bring credibility and understanding that can be particularly valuable when working with veteran players who have extensive NBA experience. The implications could suggest that coaching hires increasingly require not just basketball knowledge but also the interpersonal skills necessary for managing complex team dynamics. Player empowerment in the modern NBA has created new dynamics in coach-player relationships, with star players having more influence over coaching decisions and organizational direction than in previous eras. LeBron's career has coincided with and contributed to this trend, as his success and influence have demonstrated how elite players can shape their team's coaching philosophy and strategic approach. This evolution has created both opportunities and challenges for coaches who must balance traditional authority with collaborative leadership approaches that engage and motivate today's NBA stars. The situation leaves room for speculation about how coaching effectiveness is measured when player input and buy-in become crucial elements of team success. The Los Angeles Lakers' championship history and organizational prestige create additional expectations and pressures that affect coaching decisions and performance evaluation. The team's legacy of success with legendary coaches like Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, and other Hall of Fame leaders establishes benchmarks that current coaches must meet while adapting to contemporary NBA realities. The combination of historical expectations and current superstar management creates a unique coaching environment that requires exceptional skills and experience. Sports analysts note that the Lakers' coaching position represents one of the most challenging and scrutinized roles in professional sports due to media attention, fan expectations, and organizational pressure. The relationship between front office management and coaching staff becomes particularly complex when dealing with superstar players who have significant influence over organizational decisions. LeBron's input on coaching hires and team construction has been a factor throughout his Lakers tenure, creating dynamics that require careful navigation by general managers and team executives. The balance between player input and front office autonomy affects coaching stability and long-term organizational planning in ways that extend beyond individual seasons. Legal experts wonder whether these dynamics create unique challenges for coaching contracts and job security that differ from traditional employment relationships in professional sports. Media coverage and public perception of coaching changes involving high-profile players like LeBron often exceeds the actual significance of personnel decisions, creating narratives that can influence player and coach relationships. The intense scrutiny of every interaction, strategic decision, and team performance metric creates pressure that affects both coaching effectiveness and player satisfaction. Social media amplification of coaching speculation and rumors can create situations where organizational decisions are influenced by public pressure rather than purely basketball considerations. The implications could suggest that modern NBA coaching requires media management skills that were less important in previous eras of professional basketball. The development of assistant coaching staffs and organizational support systems has become increasingly important for head coaches working with veteran superstars who require sophisticated strategic approaches and personalized development programs. Successful coaching of players like LeBron often involves collaborative approaches that utilize multiple coaches with specialized expertise in areas like player development, analytics, and strategic planning. The quality and experience of assistant coaches can significantly impact head coaching success, particularly when working with players who have extensive knowledge of different coaching styles and strategic approaches from their previous team experiences. International coaching experience and basketball philosophy have influenced NBA coaching trends, with teams increasingly interested in coaches who bring diverse perspectives and innovative approaches to player development and team strategy. The global nature of modern basketball has created opportunities for coaches with international experience to bring new ideas and methods that can be particularly effective with veteran players seeking to extend their careers and maximize their remaining potential. Questions arise about whether diverse coaching backgrounds and experiences create advantages when working with elite players who have played internationally or worked with coaches from various basketball cultures throughout their careers. The psychological aspects of coaching elite athletes include understanding the motivations, pressures, and competitive drives that fuel superstar performance while managing the interpersonal dynamics that affect team chemistry and individual satisfaction. LeBron's longevity and sustained excellence require coaching approaches that acknowledge his experience while continuing to challenge and develop his skills in ways that maintain his competitive edge. Sports psychologists note that coaching veteran superstars requires different techniques than those used with younger players, focusing more on refinement, strategic optimization, and leadership development rather than fundamental skill building. Team chemistry and locker room culture become critical factors when coaching changes occur, particularly involving teams with established veteran leadership and existing interpersonal relationships. The Lakers' roster construction around LeBron and Anthony Davis requires coaching that can maximize the effectiveness of star players while integrating role players and developing bench contributors who can provide crucial support during championship runs. The balance between individual superstar management and team-wide development creates ongoing challenges that affect coaching strategies and long-term team success. One has to wonder if the complexity of these relationships might influence coaching career decisions and willingness to take on high-pressure positions. The evolution of NBA offensive and defensive systems has created new requirements for coaches who must adapt to pace and space concepts, advanced analytics, and player versatility that define modern basketball. LeBron's ability to play multiple positions and create opportunities for teammates requires coaching that can maximize his unique skill set while building systems that remain effective when he rests or faces different matchup challenges. The strategic complexity of modern NBA basketball means that coaching effectiveness increasingly depends on adaptability and innovation rather than adherence to traditional approaches that may not optimize current player capabilities. Looking toward the future of NBA coaching and player relationships, the trends established during LeBron's career will likely influence how teams approach coaching hires and player management for the next generation of superstars. The precedents set by successful coach-player partnerships provide models for how organizations can balance player empowerment with coaching authority in ways that maximize both individual and team success. The Lakers' coaching decisions during LeBron's remaining years will serve as case studies for how organizations manage aging superstars while maintaining championship competitiveness. Sports analysts wonder whether the lessons learned from LeBron's coaching relationships will influence how future elite players approach team selection and organizational evaluation when making career decisions. The broader implications for professional sports coaching include understanding how coach-athlete relationships have evolved in response to increased player empowerment, social media influence, and the financial stakes involved in modern professional athletics. The success or failure of coaching approaches with players like LeBron provides insights that extend beyond basketball to other professional sports where superstar management and team chemistry are crucial for organizational success. The ongoing evolution of these relationships will continue to shape how professional sports teams approach coaching hires, contract negotiations, and long-term organizational planning in an era where elite athletes have unprecedented influence over their competitive environments. If you're as fascinated by the complex world of NBA coaching and superstar management as we are, go ahead and like this video. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think makes a coach successful when working with veteran superstars like LeBron? Do you believe player empowerment has improved or complicated coaching in the modern NBA? We want to hear your perspective on how coaching relationships affect team success and championship potential. Then hit subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss our coverage of NBA dynamics and the evolving relationships between players, coaches, and organizations. Thanks for watching.